Hello friends, welcome to my channel Printf Developer World. In today's video, we'll study about copy constructors in C++. By definition, a copy constructor is a special type of constructor when you are constructing new objects out of your existing or old objects. Now let us understand more about that by writing some code. I've written a simple class test, and inside it I have a constructor, and then in my main function I'm creating an object obj of type test. We have created an object obj and it got invoked. Now let me create a new object out of obj. Now I'm assigning obj to obj1 during creation of obj1. Let's see what happens now, because I'm creating another object. Now this time our constructor isn't invoked. This time something else happened, because you have created a new object out of your old object. And by default your compiler provides a copy constructor. That's the reason we didn't see this constructor being invoked at this line. Let's check that out. Let's write our own copy constructor. This is the syntax of a copy constructor. Since this is another type of a constructor, its name would be the class name, and then you have to make it const, because you don't want to modify your old object, and then here you have to pass it by reference. This is the simple syntax of a copy constructor. Now let's check that out. See, your copy constructor gets invoked this time. Now let us dig more into it and understand how copy constructors behave when we have pointer variables inside our class. Now I've added a member variable of type pointer in my class test, and I have written a parameterized constructor. What it does is it allocates memory for this a, and assigns this value. And then I'm printing value to which a is pointing to, value inside a. Then I'm trying to change a value to which it is A is pointing to. Yeah. Now let's try and run this program. Sorry, I passed a parameter to a show function. It doesn't take any parameter. Yeah, now it compiles fine. So it's all fine. We have created obj1 and we are trying. We have also constructed obj1 out of your obj and we are trying to print A. It's 2 and 2. It's fine because since we have created a copy, so it's working perfectly fine. Now let's try to change A inside obj1. I want to make it to, let's say, 3. And let's try to print obj1s. Yeah. That's okay. It's 3 now. It's behaving as expected till now. Now let's try and try to print A for obj as well. Oops, something unexpected happened. We didn't expect this, I was expecting 2 to be printed, but it printed 3 even for our old object obj1. Now what's happening? We just changed the obj1's A, right? We didn't change obj anywhere in our code, but our obj's A got modified. Now what's happening? This is called shallow copy, where when we have pointer variables in our class, let's say I have object obj and obj2, the fields inside these two objects are pointing to same memory. That is A of obj1 and obj is pointing to same memory. This is called shallow copy. By default, here since we haven't written our copy constructor, a shallow copy is made and compiler provided shallow copy constructor does a shallow copy. That's the reason whenever we changed obj1, the changes are reflected in obj1, so it doesn't do a proper memory handling. So in this case it becomes mandatory that you write your own copy constructor and override it. Now this is deep copy. You're creating a different memory from heap for A, and it will no more point to your old A. What your compiler was doing earlier was this. It was just going and pointing it was just doing this. Let me add the print statement here so that we understand copy constructor got invoked. Yeah, first we created obj1, and then we printed obj, say it was printing 2. Then we created obj1 out of your obj, and your copy constructor got invoked. We tried to print a obj1's a, it printed 2, and then we tried to change obj1's a, and then we printed obj1's a as well as we printed obj's a. But default compiler copy constructor which compiler provided did this. That's the reason when we changed obj1's a, it got reflected in obj's a. So this is called shallow copy. By default your constructor does a shallow copy. So in these cases you have to do a deep copy. When you are using heap memory inside your class, your member variables of a class use heap memory, then you have to always do a deep copy. That means you have to allocate a different memory or its own memory for your member variables inside your copy constructor. Yeah. Now let's try and compile our program. Yeah, this time we tried to print obj's a. This time it is safe. It, unlike earlier case, right? It was printing 3 in the earlier case. Now it's printing 2. Yeah, now you have done a deep copy. That means your a is no more your a is pointing to different locations for these two objects instead of same location. Now this is called deep copy. You have to always do a deep copy when you're using pointer variables or when you are dealing with heap memory inside your class. So this is how your copy constructor is useful, and your copy constructor gets invoked when you pass your objects by value, when we are returning your object by value depending upon your compiler. If your compiler doesn't do any optimization, then whenever you return an object by value, then your copy constructor gets invoked. Let's try and check that out. Pass test obj. See, yeah, what it takes is just we are passing by value of type test inside this object, passing by value, or let's write that print statement inside it, passed by value. Pass test obj. Let's pass obj inside it. Yeah, see, your copy constructor got invoked when you passed by value. If you pass by reference, right? Let's change it to reference. Now we have passed by reference. This time your copy constructor isn't invoked because we have just passed by reference. So whenever pass by value, your copy constructor gets invoked. So wherever possible, make sure you pass by reference, because it can avoid we can avoid creation of temporary objects, and it increases your program's performance. So copy constructor gets invoked whenever it temporary object got created. So when we passed by value, right, to this function, your copy constructor got invoked. But when we passed by reference, your copy constructor isn't invoked because you haven't passed it by reference. That means the same object which we passed got passed into this function by reference. Yeah, hope we understood how a copy constructor works, what a shallow copy is, what a deep copy is. Shallow copy is, when your member variables point to same memory, especially in case of in this case, right, when we are using dynamic memory and pointer variables, then you have to make sure you don't do a shallow copy. You have to always do a deep copy. Hope I have given you a clear explanation of copy constructor, deep copy, shallow copy, and basic deep dive. We have dived into how a copy constructor works. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.